So it is a huge honor for me to be here. And we're all congratulations. Not too long ago, like I knew him from the tournaments, and it's just amazing to see what he's building in the Jiu-Jitsu community. So it is a huge honor for me to be here. And we're all congratulations. And but anyways, let's jump on here. So let me use some of you guys to show. I'm gonna show the over/under pass, the pressure passing. That's like my bread and butter. So let me use. There you go. Here. For the first move, then I switch for another person for the second. So just lay it out. So guys, when I used to compete in Jiu-Jitsu, pretty much everything I won in my career was using one move when I was on top, and that move was the over/under pass. And I really believe in this move, especially for you guys. As you can see here that everybody is over 35, over 40 years old, because it's a very simple move that I think everybody can do, and you don't need to be athletic, you don't need to be flexible, and all you need is to get the right position and use the right pressure and spend time on that position until you get the guard passing. So the first thing we're gonna do here, I'm just gonna show you guys how to get there, because if you get the over/under pass, that's like 50% of the job. So let's imagine that I'm fighting against my opponent and he's playing guard, okay? So he's over here. So my whole goal is just to arrive in this situation over here, where I have my arm on top of one leg, my hand around his hip anywhere, and I have the control of the position like this, okay? Once I get to this situation, I would just set up the passing, but for now I just want you guys working on this, but I'm just gonna show the full movement first. So I'm here, I would stay on toes, I would walk a little bit sideways, I would stretch his leg down, I would drive to the middle, I would step over and pass. But nothing happens if I don't arrive in the position. So we're gonna spend a little bit of time just working on how to get the position, and then we're gonna build from there. So all I want you guys doing is pretty much like controlling his shin, pushing down. One hand goes under, and the other hand goes over, the other arm go over, and we arrive here in this position. Once you guys are here, stay on toes and put your shoulder against his diaphragm and start driving towards him, just like this. And we're gonna stop over there. In order to know if you are doing a good job, it's almost like you gotta feel him breathing a little hard. I felt. Yeah. So, fighting against him, I'm gonna push his chin down. I'm gonna control one foot with my hip. My arm goes over. The other hand control his hip. I'm gonna stay on toes. I'm gonna place my shoulder against his diaphragm, and I'm gonna drive against him. And pay attention how my feet is. I'm really driving all my weight to my right shoulder and placing my right shoulder on his diaphragm. And we're gonna pause over here. I just want you guys getting to this position. And then next move, we're gonna continue from there. Okay, so once again, fighting against him, I'm gonna control his shin. I'm gonna push it down and place my hip over. One hand goes under, the other arm goes over. Place your shoulder against his diaphragm and drive towards him. So pay attention how my feet is working to make the pressure. So I'm over here, I'm gonna control his shin. One hand goes under the leg, the other arm goes over. Once I got over there, I'm gonna place my shoulder against his diaphragm and I'm gonna drive towards him. So once again, let's imagine that he's laying down over here, has both legs up, and I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna approach the position. I used to say that the whole over/under pass, it's made for the old guys, because you can go really slow once you get the over/under. The only time that you gotta be a little quick is to approach the position, is to get the over/under. So as you guys saw, I was fighting against him over here, and I quickly got the position, okay? Guys, once I got here, I'm almost gonna take my time, you know, like I'm not in a hurry anymore. So I'm gonna bear hug his leg, because I don't wanna lose the position, and I'm gonna control anywhere around his hip, because I wanna maintain his hip completely like blocked. Next step, as we saw,
I'm gonna drive myself to him using my shoulder against his diaphragm. Okay? But guys, remember, I want to pass his guard. So what I'm gonna do is, his leg is on my way. So I have to find a way to get rid of his leg. So I'm gonna walk to the side and stretch his leg out. So my hand, instead of bear hug, now I'm just gonna switch my hand to his pants and I'm gonna stretch it. And the whole time, I'm driving towards his diaphragm with my shoulder. Once I did that, I'm gonna go walk back to the mirror because I want to be in the same direction as him to make sure that I'm controlling his hip. And now, I just have to skip over the leg and pass the guard. So the idea here is like, I want to keep the whole move, be on toes with my shoulder on his diaphragm. And there is like the gravity, there is my weight, and there is this driven force towards him. And he's the one on board trying to survive. Norman has two reactions. That's going to be the two next moves. He can hip escape or he can bench press. And you guys will see soon that this is just going to make things worse to whoever is on board. But anyways, for now, I'm fighting against him. I'm going to be quick to approach the position. I got the over-under. I'm going to bear hug his leg. I'm going to control his hip. I'm going to stay on toes, using my diaphragm, my shoulder against his diaphragm. I'm going to drive a little bit sideways. I'm going to stretch his leg down. Once I do that, I walk all the way down to the mirror. I skip over, and I pass. So one good question is like, why do we walk to the side and walk to the mirror later? It's because, and that's going to be the next move pretty much. One thing that he can do is try to hip escape. And that's why it's so important that I'm always in the mirror to avoid his hip escape. If I don't do that, just hip escape, I start falling down here, losing the pressure and losing the position. But don't even overthink this. Just focus on approach the position, stay on toes, shoulder against his diaphragm, walk a little bit to the side, stretch his leg down, walk to the mirror, step over, and pass the guard, stay as much tight as possible. So it's pretty simple. There's no like cartwheel passing. It's just like very tight pass on your knees that everybody can do. And the next moves, you're gonna start thinking about like, what if he hip escape? What if he bench press you? And all the options that he can use to stop the passing. But let's change the angle one more time. Just like so, I'm gonna approach the position. Guys, this is the only time of the move that I gotta be quick. Once you got the over-under, you don't need to be quick anymore. The slow motion is even better. Because we are on top him, so we don't need to be hurried here. And the way I think is like, as much time as I spend passing his guard, it's better for me. And if I pass his guard too quick, he might have a ton of energy on board on side control. If I take like 4 minutes to pass his guard, to get the submission from there. So here, stay on toes, shoulder against his diaphragm, drive a little bit to the side, stretch his leg down, walk all the way down to the mirror, keep your shoulder as heavy as possible against his diaphragm, skip over the leg, and pass. And I'm trying to build up the move, so every move is related to the last one. And for this one, I need a little bit more space on the mat here. Sorry. So, and let's see who can I grab you again. So guys, now I think now everything's gonna make a ton of sense because I'm fighting against my opponent, and I'm gonna approach over here, right? Once I got over here, I'm gonna stay on toes and start making pressure on him. Guys, one of the most common things that can happen in this situation, and I think like in Jiu-Jitsu, in order to get good in one move, this is the most important part, is when you start understanding all the ifs that he can use, like if he does this, if he does that, and we try to build answers for all the ifs, okay? So in this situation over here, I got my position right. When I walk to the side here and stretch his leg down, he's gonna start hip escaping. And if I'm not prepared for that, look what's gonna happen, I'm gonna fall. So remember, I'm not in a hurry. So there's no hurry here at all to pass his guard. So all I want to do is every time he hip escape, I just follow him. And he's going to keep hip escaping. And I'm just going to follow, keep going, 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 keep going. Let's get it! It's your turn!
He's got $1,000.
And guys, every time there is a moment that you feel that your opponent is going, and he does like this. And that's the time you want to pass. And it's much easier to get the submission from there. So that's the point, you know. Like, so if we pass too fast, he's gonna be explosive on bottom. He's gonna bench press you, and he's gonna escape. But if we pass in this right moment, he's gonna go. And then when I felt that he gave up, I'm just gonna pass, establish, and it's much easier to connect a submission from here, or go to the mount, or do like a choke or armbar, whatever you want to do. Just because like he's incredibly tired. So that's the point of the move here. Don't be hurried to pass the guard like make sure, be hurried to get the position. Once you got the position, take your time and build up on that. So one more time. I got the over under. I'm gonna stay on toes. I'm gonna drive a little bit to the side, stretch his leg down. When he hip escape, I just follow him. Look how I'm following, pay attention on my feet. Keep going. And then when I feel that he gave up, I drive a little bit more to the middle, and I just keep over and pass. And the move is done. Doesn't make sense? Yep. Next move we're gonna do is gonna be like against the bench press. Another thing that can happen is instead of hip escaping, they bench press you. And then we're gonna see what we're gonna do from there as well. So guys, so now same thing again, right? I'm fighting against my opponent. I want to get the over-under pass, and I want to pass his guard, and he's gonna set up on another counter here, another if. So I was able to get in his position, right? And now instead of hip escaping, he's gonna try to play that game that he places both hands on my shoulder, and he kind of like bench press me, right? And especially if he's your strength or stronger than you, he's gonna bench press your shoulder, and then you're gonna try to do that thing, keep bench press. Like, you're gonna try to do this. There's no pressure on his diaphragm anymore. He completely broke that. Like, he's fine over there. So guys, I gotta break this frame. Okay, so I gotta figure out a way to break this frame, and I'm positioned to achieve that just because I have all my weight on top of him. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep hugging his leg as a bear hug over here. And I don't know if you guys remember when you were in high school and there's the shoulder check, like a bad boy does on the good guy. So we're gonna use that same shoulder check over here to break this frame. So you're here, you're gonna literally like shoulder check him. Okay? So can you guys see how I got some edge here? I got some advantage. But probably he's a strong guy, he's gonna bench press you again. And then what you're gonna do, you're gonna give him another shoulder check. And every time you do the shoulder check, you grow a little bit. So you step forward with your toes, okay? With your feet. So he's gonna he's gonna bench press again, and I give him another one. And every time I shoulder check, I make it harder for the next shoulder check. He's gonna go again. And then, as we saw in the last move, at some point he gives up. Oh, yeah. And another little detail as well, every time I do a shoulder check on him, this hand climbs up. So I started with my hand on his hip, around his belt, and then he bench pressed me. I shoulder check him, now I grew a little bit, he's gonna go again. I shoulder check again, I grew a little more, he's gonna go again. Shoulder check until the point that he can't bench press anymore. And that's the time I'm gonna pass. And also again, when I get the passing, he might be done. Like imagine like you're in the gym and bench press once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6. and that's exactly what we want. And now the submission is much easier, and we might be able to tap him as well. So, got here, he's gonna bench press. I go there and shoulder check. He's gonna go again, and I give him another one. He's gonna go again, and another one. He's gonna go again, and another one. And can you guys see how tight it is? I'm just gonna skip over and pass, and I got the position. Does it make sense? After that, one more move, guys, that I think it's the one that wraps up the over-under, and then we can do some Q&A or anything like that.
Sorry, can you flip it?
Sorry, I didn't change the angle. So.
He needs more.
A few more shoulder check.
Yeah.
Can you really throw the shoulder at him this time?
And guys, whoever's on board, watch out for some sort of like a grease lock. Sometimes that happens when you shoulder check the person on board. So watch out for that. Go there, and here, I'm gonna shoulder check him. And guys, while I'm shoulder checking, I'm cleaning his leg as well. I'm doing that exercise that you were doing before. Stretching his leg down, so go again. Go again. Go again. And I think this is the time. So guys, same thing again, right? I got here and I set up the over-under pass, right? So we can hit a submission from the over-under. And this was my favorite submission in Jiu-Jitsu. And if I'm not wrong, like the last 30 or 25 matches that I won, I think 16 or 17 was by this submission. And it's a knee bar. And even before I teach, there is a small percentage of the population, I would say like probably 1, 2, or 3% that don't tap for that. They just have like flexible legs and they don't tap. So I'm pretty sure someone here is gonna say like, oh, it's not working, and it's not your fault, it's your partner, he doesn't tap for that. I hope I didn't pick the wrong guy here. But, so guys, what you're gonna do is you're gonna stay on toes. We're gonna walk to the side. We're gonna stretch his leg down. And also again, we're gonna give that bear hug on his leg. So when we were doing the over-under, we could control his pants or we could bear hug. We had these two options. For this one, we only want to work with the bear hug. So I'm gonna bear hug him, and I'm gonna drive to the mirror, drive to the mirror, and drive to the mirror. And it's really important that I'm in the same line as him, okay? So don't stay sideways. You stay like in the same line as him, because I want to make sure that his leg is completely stretched. And now I'm gonna same triangle on his. I'm gonna set up a same triangle on his leg, not too deep, not too loose, like this type of move here. I'm gonna place my both knees on the ground, and I'm gonna push his leg down until he taps. And he was not that person. So
I have no ACL, so I mean, don't tap.
And guys, when we are training, that's what you're gonna do, right? We're gonna get here, you're gonna close the same triangle, you're gonna place both knees on the ground, and you're gonna hit the knee bar. But when we are competing, you gotta go much faster than that, because what happens is if I go as low as I did, they freak out here, they move their legs, and I lose the position. But so when you are competing, what you want to do is you want to close the same triangle, and now in just one move, you're going to drop your hip on his knee. So we're going to do like this.
He doesn't tap on that.
He's the 2%.
He's at 2%, he doesn't tap on that.
And then we're going to get and it's a tournament, they signed the waiver, and I'm joking. So, but anyways, like that's you got to do this, because if not, it's very easy to get out of this position. All they have to do is this. And that's why it's so important that we start the over-under from here, then we go here, and then we go here, right? So that's why it's so important to come here. If you try to do this position from here, it's not gonna work. That's it. Okay, so here, stay on toes, drive to the side, stretch the leg down, bear hug, walk to the mirror. Once you got to this point, we are ready to shoot. So close like a same triangle and drop. And the submission is there. The good news for the person on board is that this is not like heel hook from being listed that even if you get hurt, you're gonna go direct to the hospital. Like this doesn't. If someone taps for that, it's just gonna hurt, but it's not gonna tear the ligaments or the stuff for the lister is better.
Hey, everybody, you know how Hodger Gracie back in 2008 or 9 choked everybody out from the mount? Well, in Bernardo's last 25 matches, he had a 65% finish rate with this, like 15 plus knee bars from this position in his last 25 matches.
Oh, something like that.
Strong position.
So one more time, walk to the side, stretch his leg down, give him the hug, drive to the mirror, close that same triangle, and boom. And that's it. And guys, it's only allowed for brown and black belt, so, but hopefully at some point everybody's brown and black belt. Drive to the side, stretch the leg down, hug his leg, walk to the mirror, same triangle, and boom. There we go. So all you're doing here is you're creating some leverage between his knee and the mat. And we are using our feet to almost like an arm bar, but on the knee.